Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Global Healthcare Heroes, where we celebrate one hero at a time. And today we have dual personality. He's not only a nurse, but also a pilot. So I'm dual excited for our today's hero. His name is Alec Longoria. And I have worked with Alec firsthand as ICU trauma in Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'll tell you a little bit about Alec, and then we'll converse with him and we'll try to get his insight. But our today's guest, our today's star, our hero is Alec. Alec Longoria grew up in the town of Flower Mound, Texas, and graduated from Flower Mound High School in 2010. After attending his first school of college at Collin County Community College, he then transferred to Texas Tech University. Alec graduated from Texas Tech Nursing School with a Bachelor's of Nursing Science in 2015. He was then accepted into a Graduate Nurse Residency at Texas Health Presbyterian Dallas in the Surgical-Trauma ICU. He has worked at Medical City of Lewisville in the Medical Surgical ICU. Currently, Alec works at the Methodist Hospital in Dallas, Texas for the surgery in Addison in the Post Anesthesia Unit recovery patient. Alec has a huge passion for aviation, and on the days off from his hospital, he enjoys flying as a commercial pilot and is teaching as a flight instructor. So at this time, we want to welcome Alec. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be on your channel. I appreciate the invitation.
Thank you so much. I know you are a very busy individual, but I really want to thank you for allowing me to celebrate you as our healthcare nurse hero. Thank you very much, Alec. Appreciate your time.
And to you as well, Manjeet.
Thank you. Alec, I'll ask this question, whatever discipline my guests are. I want to ask you, what inspired you to be a nurse? At first, like, what led you to you as a nursing career?
Yeah, well, as a kid growing up, I was actually sick a lot. And I spent a lot of time in hospitals or at a clinic or doctor's office, and got to see firsthand nurses, work with me and talk with me. And that kind of opened my eyes to the healthcare field as a young child. My sister, my older sister, Bianca, she is 3 years older than me. And I had always looked up to her growing up. And I didn't know really exactly what I wanted to do, as most people, getting out of high school feel the same way. And she got into OU nursing school, and us being so close, I always asked her about how it was and, what she thought about nursing school. And she told me it was going to be tough, which she was right. And that's kind of what led me in and inspired me then, is growing up and knowing that I was around it a lot, and people helped me. I kind of wanted to give back to others. And with my sister being a nurse, I just felt it was the right route. And it was challenging, but I went for it, and here I am today.
Wonderful, wonderful. And as I touched briefly, like I myself had a first-hand experience working with you, pulling 12-hour shifts in Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it was nothing less than a pleasure to work with you. You're a phenomenal nurse, I must say. What led you to the aviation sector, being a pilot? So what inspired you to become a pilot after you completed your nursing?
Well, I have to say, any opportunity that has been given to me, I have to thank my parents. They grew up poor, and they didn't want the same for my sister and I. So, with that being said, I was always striven for a challenge strive to accept a challenge. And I always knew I was going to be a pilot, but I wanted something else instead that I had a passion for, and that was nursing. So I decided to go ahead and get my bachelor's before I focused on flying. My dad was in the Air Force, and that's what kind of brought me into aviation. I grew up around airplanes. My dad worked for Southwest, and I knew that there's different aspects, or there's so many different ways of nursing. You will never get bored in one. If you get bored in one unit, you can always move to the next. And one thing that I really liked or was intrigued by was flight nursing. And so I wanted to go ahead and combine both passions together, and I'm trying to look to get a flight nursing job as a pilot. So that way I don't only know the pilot side of it, but I also know the nursing. So I know well-rounded in that, in flight nursing if I get that opportunity. So I know what's going on in the back of the airplane with the patient, but I also know what's going on in the front while I'm flying.
Wow.
So,
Well, sir, we wish you all the success, and hope you would find this perfect job very soon, what you're looking for.
I'm still looking, but
Yes, yes.
I appreciate that.
Well, whenever the opportunity avails, we know there is one perfect candidate.
Thank you.
Alec, besides celebrating you as a hero, the another nature of this interview or this channel is to raise awareness in general public about the shortage that we are facing and we are about to face in the days to come.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the healthcare workforce shortage, and especially when we talk about nursing shortage in United States globally, but also since we are here in United States, what are your thoughts, and do you have any solution in mind? Would you encourage new generation to consider healthcare, especially nursing, as their career?
So, yeah, to answer kind of all those questions, for sure, I would encourage anyone who is looking to join the healthcare. There's different, avenues in healthcare. It's not just nurses. There's RTs. There's administrative. There's so many different fields in healthcare. But nursing, yes, I would encourage anyone who has a helping heart, who loves to just meet people, who love to, every day is never the same day when you're a nurse. And I think that's awesome. You're continuously learning as a nurse, meeting new people. Right. You and I together, we worked team. We collaborated with many different people, and we're running into each other again. I encourage anyone, especially the younger generation, that if they think that the nursing is something they want to get into, to definitely research about it, look into nursing schools, talk to a nurse, go shadow. That's kind of what I did too. And the shortage, there is going to be a shortage. We cannot get around that. And things like what you're doing right now, I really appreciate it. You're promoting us nurses, you're speaking out, you're giving us a voice, and I appreciate that. Also for you and yourself, because you are a nurse, and there is going to be a shortage. One thing, for a solution, there has been some defunding in education that we're aware about over the past few years, and I think we should maybe, or some money should be allocated towards education for nursing specifically, especially to the three contributors, which would be like classroom space, the professors themselves, or clinical sites. Right now, the healthcare workers that are at front lines, they're hopefully, we've all spent money to get this degree, and it's a very challenging degree, and we all have loans to pay. Right. I hope maybe there could be a financial decision to help healthcare workers pay off their loans, or even everyone wants a pay raise, but maybe even to help get a pay bump for us nurses, especially right now for everyone who's fighting on the front lines, that we deeply appreciate. And even you yourself, you are promoting right now, and this is helping the shortage. This is valued by us and everyone. So thank you, Manjeet. But
thank you.
It's kind of what I feel on that subject. There's going to be a shortage, and whatever way, I think financially funding educational programs for nursing is a way kind of to go.
No, I agree. And you raise a very, very valid point. Overworked and underpaid.
Yes.
That is the reality of today. And
Yes, it is.
it's just like, seems like there is no hope. We definitely work too hard. I completely support that. And is in the days to come, if we do not address this, the issue of shortage, the situation is not going to get any better. Uh,
Yes.
so I
I
completely
agree
agree.
with you.
Yes,
It's a very and you know, we're not always after the money because it is a very rewarding job being a nurse.
I agree.
But you know, 13, you and I have been in the same shift 14 hours later, and you got to show up again the next morning. You know,
Right,
you get there. If you work day shift, I've worked both day and night, but day shift, you get there before the sun rises and you get there when the sun's already down, so you really never see the light of day.
right,
But it's a very rewarding job. I mean, you are helping people. It's a very at the end of the day, you just feel like you've done something, and it's a very good thing to feel like your sleep is well deserved at the end of that shift. It's a very rewarding job. So
very well said. Very well said. Alec, if I were to give you this opportunity, if there is one message you would like to give to rest of the fellow healthcare workforce, what that message would be?
say that again, please.
If you were to relay a message, if you have a message for the rest of the frontline workforce
Oh,
globally, what that message would be, what would you want to tell your healthcare
thank you. I
workers?
mean, honestly, thank you so much, and we appreciate everything that the frontline workers do, and that's all healthcare, and that's all the frontline workers, you know, and it's just so much appreciated. This is definitely an interesting year, um, and us nurses, and that's the thing is, right, I'm out of the ICU right now, and so I still continue to talk to my fellow coworkers that I used to work with, you know, you yourself, and I just want to say I appreciate you so much, you know. It's a very um, great thing that you're doing. So
Oh,
just
thank
thank you.
you.
Yeah.
Well, again, at this time, I would like to take this opportunity to focus attention back on you, Alec, what you are doing, and even taking care of the patients in a PACU area does not matter what discipline. You know, like God definitely has a plan for you, and at this time, I really want to celebrate you as a hero. Just know your work is. It, it, your work cannot go unnoticed, you know.
Thank you, Manjeet.
So wanted to let you know, thanks for all you're doing, and my prayer is that may God bless you, and may you find the very loved job very soon that you're looking for. And I really want to appreciate your time, and that you allowed me to celebrate you today as a nurse healthcare hero. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Manjeet, and I really appreciate this invitation, and it was an honor to speak with you on your channel, Global Healthcare Heroes. Um, hey, if you're watching this, definitely give him a thumbs up and subscribe to his channel. I'm sure he'll have many more great videos to come.
Thank you very much. And to all the viewers, listeners, please, if you have any question for Alec, do write, post your questions under comment section where Alec would be able to see it, and will be able to respond. And just know, for me, the definition of healthcare heroes, if you are in healthcare, doesn't matter what discipline you are in, for me, you are a hero. And thank you for all what you do. Until next time, take care.